The Orlando Magic have parted ways with longtime point guard Jameer Nelson. I'm Jim Basketball with the latest ESPN headlines. They waived Nelson on Monday. It saves them the $8 million in the final year of his three-year deal, but still pay him $2 million by waiving him before July 16th. We are joined on the phone by ESPN NBA insider Kevin Pelton. And Kevin, what was the motivation to waive their longest tenured player at this time?
Well, it's all about cap space as we head into free agency, which opens up at midnight tonight on the East Coast. And so they've made a couple of moves in the last week here. They traded Aaron Aflalo to the Denver Nuggets for Evan Fournier and then made this move. And both of those saved them about $6 million. So if you look at the calculations, they're likely to have more than $25 million in cap space after they waive Jason Maxiell and Ronnie Price, another couple of guys who have non-guaranteed contracts. Now, the Magic aren't really going to be players for the LeBron Jameses and Carmelo Anthonys of the world, but this does give them a lot of flexibility to take on bad contracts from other teams if they're trying to open up space, get picks, get other future assets, and a lot of flexibility for them.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of motivation to take on bad contracts. Toronto just did it over the weekend in terms of taking on a contract that's money because you do get picks back in those type of deals. But now, are they ready to quite hand the keys to the offense to a rookie point guard? They gave up a lot, a first and a second round pick to move up 2 spots to take Elfrid Payton in the first round, the rookie out of Louisiana Lafayette. Are they ready to turn the offense over to him?
It looks like it. We'll see if they maybe bring in a veteran backup point guard or someone who can split time with him. They had E'Twaun Moore as a backup last year, but decided to not make him a qualifying offer, so he's an unrestricted free agent this summer. But given everything they gave up, and they've got a young core, and I think they want to see how those guys, Peyton, their number 4 pick, Aaron Gordon, and some of their existing players, Nikola Vucevic and Maurice Harkless, Tobias Harris, and of course Victor Oladipo, see how those guys sort of gel and form together to potentially the next good Magic team.
It's interesting. They got a lot of good young talent in Orlando. It remains to be seen how it comes together. But what about Nelson in terms of potential destinations for him and other teams?
Well, I think it depends what he's looking for here in terms of, is he wanting to go play for a contender and win that elusive championship ring? In that case, I think there are teams like the Brooklyn Nets, Golden State Warriors, and even potentially the San Antonio Spurs could be looking for a backup point guard if Patty Mills, who's a restricted free agent, heads elsewhere. And then if you're looking at a scenario where he might make a little bit more money or get more playing time, the Portland Trailblazers could have their mid-level exception available to upgrade on Mo Williams as a backup to Damian Lillard and a guy who can play alongside him. And another interesting team is the Detroit Pistons with Stan Van Gundy, Nelson's old coach in Orlando. Could be looking for a point guard if they're able to move Brandon Jennings, and they have plenty of room under the cap.
Wherever he goes, he'll have $2 million in his pocket from the Magic. Kevin Pelton, ESPN NBA insider. Thanks for the insight.
Thanks for having me.
Again, Jameer Nelson and the Orlando Magic part waves. The point guard waived on Monday. You can read more about this story right here on ESPN.com. With the latest ESPN headlines, I'm Jim Basketball.